What's going on, guys? We have a childhood favorite of mine coming at you today. It's no-bake peanut butter chocolate cookies. So the original version of these, I've had these all through my childhood. They're no-bake. I think they're made with oatmeal, oatmeal covered in chocolate with peanut butter. I don't know how to make them. I've never made them non-keto, but we're gonna make them today keto-friendly. Instead of oatmeal, we're gonna be using coconut flakes and some chopped pecans to kind of act in place of oatmeal. To start, we're gonna use a half stick of butter, a half cup of peanut butter, and Mega wanted to use almond butter, but I was like, no, I think this recipe, you need the peanut butter. What we look for when we buy peanut butter or any kind of nut butter, you basically just want to see the nut and some salt, maybe not even salt, but the ones with salt taste better. So half a cup of peanut butter.
You're just eyeballing it?
Yep, you know me. Like an old Italian grandmother. It's so cool when old Italian grandmothers just eyeball ingredients, but when I do it, everyone's like, no, baking's an exact science. You can't do that.
Does anyone say that?
No, I guess no one's ever said that to me. Okay, that's all we need in there. We're gonna melt this. Microwave. I'm just gonna give that a little mix there. Oh, the peanut butter is hard. Okay, so there's the peanut butter mixture. To that, we're gonna add a 1/4 cup of cocoa powder. So this is gonna act basically as the binding agent here. No flour involved. And we're just gonna add everything else also. So this is a tablespoon of powdered erythritol. And whenever you're using erythritol and it's not baked, like if you're doing a no-bake cheesecake filling or something, you wanna use powdered or else you can taste the sandiness. We're gonna do 15 drops of stevia. You don't need a ton of sweetener in this one because everything else has a little bit of sweetness to it, like the cocoa powder, the peanut butter, the nuts, the coconut, they all have like a little sweetness to it. Half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. And then lastly, just your nuts. You got your coconut and your pecans. Mix all that together. I think a spatula might be best for this. So get in there, it takes a little bit of manpower. Really mix that together. That looks pretty good to me. Just make sure everything's evenly mixed. And all that's left to do, these are just refrigerator cookies, so you don't need to bake them. We're just gonna scoop them out onto a cookie sheet. You could do parchment paper. I'm gonna use this silicone mat here. And I'm gonna use a cookie scoop. Whoa. You can make these as big or as little as you want. Now, use your spatula and flatten these out a little bit. You don't have to. That just makes them easier to eat. I remember my dad, he loved these, so my mom would make them for his birthday, and then I would eat a lot of them. I mean, they're not supposed to be that pretty.
Oh, look at that one. That's like a rectangle.
Beggars can't be choosers. I like just doing sayings that don't make sense. We got 9 cookies going down. I'm gonna pop these in the freezer, so they should be ready in about a half hour. Otherwise, in the fridge, it takes like 2 to 3 hours, but we'll be back with a taste test as soon as they're cool. The no-bake peanut butter chocolate cookies are out of the freezer, and let's see what happened to them. Have they set? Have they been chilled? Oh yeah. So yeah, you can easily take those off, eat them as a full cookie. They hold together perfectly. That would be a cool name for a podcast, the full cookie. Serve these up for the family. They hold together, wow, better than I expected actually. You can play Frisbee with this, with Julius. Don't feed your dogs chocolate. You're gonna wanna store these in the fridge though. Well, let's give these a try. Let's see if they bring me back to my childhood. Very good. These are much more rich and dark chocolatey. Most keto desserts, when you're making chocolate desserts, they tend to be more dark chocolatey, which some people, it takes some getting used to, but these are delicious. They're great chilled right out of the fridge. As always, guys, get creative in the kitchen. Mix it up. You could use peanuts. You could use sunflower butter. I think that would make it nut-free, right? Yeah, you could use sunflower butter. There's pecans, so no, it wouldn't. But you could use like maybe sunflower seeds. I don't know. You can get pretty creative and they'll generally turn out good. I love having something. Here's the thing. For me, it's like, yeah, I could make the most delicious keto brownies and like cakes and stuff every night and have that for dessert. But for me, you know, it's a little bit of a slippery slope. So like this right here, not as much sweetener. I'm gonna say not as delicious. It's fulfilling, satisfying, and it tastes like real food, like a real nice dark chocolate thing. So for me, then I can just wrap it up for the night. I'm not like going back to the cabinet, seeing what's in there, what's in the pantry, what did Mega get from the store today. We got a bunch of other cookie recipes you can check out. KetoConnect.net, that's the food blog, that's where everything is. The recipe instructions for how to make this step-by-step is linked in the description of this video, so check that out, and thanks for watching, guys.